I'm going to remove these 2 screws right here. Don't forget where those go. I know what you're thinking, I don't have a drill, but that's okay. We don't need drills. Yeah, I paid $30 for this E300. I think it had a charger, or it didn't have a charger. Oh, you know what? It didn't have a charger. But it's in beautiful condition, but the batteries are shot in it. Those batteries I already removed so that, you know, they don't explode, even though they're lead acids. Yes, they won't explode, but okay. In the back, you need a wrench. But out here we use vice grips, so this thing was barely driven. I can tell the nubs on the wheels are perfectly good. It's just a beautiful machine. I'm gonna do this to the next one too. I'm just kind of putting the screws in order as best as I can on this wonderful floor. All right, gonna need an Allen key, which is this Allen key size is a 5/32 or 5/32, however you like to pronounce it, because I really don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. Harbor Freight Special, as you guys can tell. Probably the best idea too is to put like a non-corroding type of thread, like stuff on there, just to keep it from like rusting. I don't have any. I'm not necessarily worried about it, but yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, so remove this. Of course, you will have batteries in yours. Like I said, I do not. Now, if this is your first time changing the batteries, congratulations, your unit is working great, and it's lasted you a very long time, which is fantastic. That's very good to hear. We're going to move those 2 screws to move this bar. I'm just going to put them in chronological order, or as best order as I can, you know, see. Okay, so this is where things get just fun. All right, so your batteries are going to be glued to the ends. You got to snip those off, or take a blowtorch and unglue them, but that's dangerous. I wouldn't do that. So I think they're called F1 terminals. I don't really know what they're called, to be honest with you, but they're the type of clips that go on those batteries. Of course, I have 2 of 2 different kinds, which is fine. They should work. Probably not, but we're gonna find out. You need to have the right size gauge for this wire so you don't burn things up, you know, blow stuff up. We don't want that. All right, so what you would be doing is buying brand new batteries. What I'm gonna be doing is using old server batteries, or UPS batteries. These batteries are 3 years old, but they still work great. They're just not certified to be inside of a UPS anymore for connected data equipment. So I am doing this. I am just going to peel this stuff off of them. They are both 7 amp hour, 12 amp batteries. Okay, and they're both wired up in 24 volt. So I'm going to insert these. Yeah, mine are. These are just a little bit long. Alright, I'm just crimping them. Now, I'm probably not using the right crimp setting, but you would have a proper crimper to crimp these down with. I don't, so I'm just using whatever kind of works for me. It feels pretty tight, should not be going anywhere, but like I said, you'll have the proper crimp setting for your tool and however you're going to use that. These are really new, so they're going to be nice and snug. So, all right, this one is our, so this battery, try not to get confused because I'm getting myself confused. I'm gonna put this one in side by side. That's gonna be our red for that part of the battery. This is going to be our black right here. That's our fuse. And then this one will be our red. Just going to connect this to our negative here. Okay, so we've got this all dialed in. Our black goes to right here. This is our 24 volt hookup, so 24 volts should be coming out of there as soon as I put this piece in. This is just links these 2 batteries together. Now I'm going to attempt to put these. Okay, after you're done wrestling with those cables, we're going to turn it back on and make sure it works. I like to hold the motor just a little bit, like put a lot of torque on it and see if I see any magic smoke. I know that sounds so stupid, but just like to make sure. You know, really hold it in there. You're not supposed to do that, could burn the ESC unit out. But that's just what I do. Don't do that, but that's how I like to test. All right, it should be all set. I'm gonna put this back on. Make sure that this flat piece is facing the flatness of that, so it's kind of at an angle. I'm gonna put our little foam pad here. There really should be a whole lot more foam in here, but they're just lead acid batteries. Now, unfortunately, these batteries, they're bulging a little bit. They're not the batteries itself. It's because they're still not fully sitting down all the way, and I'll never ever understand why they never ever fully seat properly. I've tried and tried again to make sure all the cables were out of the way, but they put the cables in the little worst spot. So fortunately, that's just the way it is right there. After you put all those screws back in, you're pretty much all set to go, and you're ready to start charging it, and so on and so forth. Everyone, I want to say thanks for watching. If you got something out of today's video, leave me a like, and if you also really like what I do, and I'm going to start doing a lot of mechanics videos, a lot of type stuff like that, if that's your thing, press the subscribe button and become it's free. You know, it's free. There's no burden. All you gotta do is press that subscribe button. So, all right, everyone, I say thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you in the next one.